Quick intros first. We were going to kind of launch into a poetry workshop, if you'll have us. There are definitely poetry cards and prompts on a lot of your tables that ask you a few questions, and we'll go into that in a second, but you can start thinking about some of those if you'd like. As soon as we get the third mic fixed, we can kind of start our performance, but maybe we can begin with a few introductions. So my name is Katie Tarika Bartel. I use they and she pronouns. I live in Boston right now. We all live in Boston right now. And I'm the co-founder and director of strategy at Angry Asian Girls.
Hi fam, so my name is Danbi Lee Hong, or Yehong Danbi if you're like second gen Korean or an immigrant like me. And I use they and she pronouns. I'm originally from California and my parents were involved in movement work. And I also have a background in student organizing, so thank you for everyone who's spoken before this. More power to you all. I know it's rough fighting against a really white institution that doesn't want to support you, but we're here. And like Lily was saying, you are here for 4 years, and the impact that you make is going to make an impact for generations. So it will be, oh, look, it's my face. So just more power to you all. Thank you so much for having us. And I'm the other co-founder of Angry Asian Girls and the executive director of programming.
Hi y'all, my name is Lucky. I use they and she pronouns. I am the director of programming at Angry Asian Girls. I also live in Boston, well, Cambridge to be exact. And I'm an immigrant from Guangzhou, China, and I moved here when I was young. And I only have one blood relative here in the States, who's my mom. So. You'll get to hear about it. Asian. My horoscope calls me Moonchild. Little do they know that I was raised by the warrior of the Pearl River. She always called me in the nighttime when the water glowed fluorescent. Its warmth, a constant swirl around me, left moon dust on my skin. The air smelled like fog, and we drank from the rain catcher. I never learned how to swim. Frightened by the chill of the current, I cried until I was no longer buoyant. Sinking into the mud, I was swept to the most under, where I was taught to make a home where light could not reach. I was 8 when I learned how to swim out the farthest, during tropical monsoons in the springtime. Scales sprout from my skin like chainmail, protecting me from the scorch of the sun. At 9 years old, I realized that safety, like home, is a learned thing. At 10, I only feel whole, or maybe it's home, at the breast of large bodies of ocean. The shimmer it leaves on my skin, like salt from the tears of my ancestors. I am 22, and if I swim out far enough under the watchful eye of the moon, my skin will still recall its glisten. Or, I am 22. By now, the current I once feared has carried me through the ranks where I join the warriors of the world.
Girls. Everyone who thinks I'm attractive or has ever gone on a date with me is queer. If you think my outfit is cute or that my hairstyle is cool, you're probably queer. If you want to fall in love with me in the depths of my mind, queer. My gender doesn't fit in a box. Born human, assigned girl at birth, I chose to love it like I love my name. Something I didn't choose. Something the people in my life wished for me. To be, to become, to fulfill. A blessing and a prayer to send me on my journey the only way they knew how. Danbi, little girl. Sweet rain, falling rain, comes after drought rain. Rain, we missed you so much, we love you now. Sweet Danbi, you're so outspoken for a girl. Powerful for a girl, smart for a girl, pretty for a girl. You can be anything, girl. A little rough around the edges for a girl. Girl, you're not like everyone else. Tanbi, sweet rain, pouring down, washing away, making new. I drench myself in the blessings of my ancestors. Allow the bindings of girl to float down the river. Allow their songs to build me back up. My gender flows like rain. Everyone who has ever dated me and everyone who ever will is queer. If you want to dance with me in the rain, our love will be queer too. Angry.
This is not a poem so much as it is a pep talk.
Yo, bitch.
Or maybe it's a PSA.
What's up, bitch?
Or a rallying cry.
My bitch, what's good?
Or maybe it's just a poem.
Good, bitch.
I was wrong.
She's a good bitch.
I misspoke.
A boss bitch.
Or spoke too soon.
You a nice bitch.
Or sooner rather than later, and
A bitch's bitch.
A loud bitch, a loud in bed bitch, bitch like my mouth, bitch like a house so loud all the relatives are over and everyone is fighting to be heard. Not enough comfort for all this down. They call our mouths loud. They call our mouths angry. They call our words savage, bitch like a knife, anger like a weapon, which is to say it must kill to be a bitch. When you are too angry, your name means water. In the language of survival, drink up, bitch. Paint our cheeks with the color of our mothers. All bitches know anger like war paint. Tough on the skin, caked and big crack us open and let us bleed all over the good sheets. When your name is a trigger you did not ask for. Anger pours like faucet, like shore crash and salt wound. When the world thinks you angry, thinks you looking for trouble, when in reality anger found you long before the first time a man ever called you bitch, nestled itself inside your collarbone like tomka, called itself home like hot rice, like the skin of bitter mango. You learned bitter from your father and anger from your mother. The first time your father calls you a bitch, you will peel your skin back in search of a home. A war no one could have prepared you for.
This is not a poem so much as it is a pep talk.
The poem goes, you tried to be strong, but they called you angry.
The poem goes,
you began a movement and they called it an uprising.
The poem goes,
you finally found home in your own mouth, only for them to convince you it was a war zone. Thank you.